Hey YouTube, so I want to ask you a question which I don't think has been addressed so much. It stems from the recent drama that's been unfolding over the past couple weeks around the shutdown of Nostalrius. If you haven't heard, it was a vanilla private server, Blizz-like, meaning they attempted to emulate Blizzard vanilla servers in as best a way as possible. I'm not going to ask why or whether it was the right thing to do for Blizzard, because you're never going to have a finite answer though. I rather want to ask, what can we expect from Blizzard as players in the future? And now a lot of YouTubers and a lot of the videos that have sprung up surrounding this thing have been comparisons. They've been addresses on the state of the game and making direct comparisons to vanilla and BC, and using those comparisons as supports to, or rather anchors for their arguments and what they don't like and what they would see improved. While there is certainly merit to looking backwards for game design, there's something that's not being addressed enough, and that's the need to look forward. WoW is aging. We can't deny that. It's gone on for 10 years, 12 I think if you count beta. The skeleton structure of WoW, I think now the skeleton engine is making the developers see sort of scrapping it and building World of Warcraft 2, like a new engine from scratch, is a really attractive option. They've basically had to, with all the iterations they've had to build onto the engine over the past decade. Now, the reason we need to address the fact that it's aging is that we need to acknowledge as well that WoW caters to a different audience now than it did 10 or even 8 years ago. And because of this, we really need to ask why, as individuals, as individual players, we need to ask why we enjoy playing the game the way we do. What makes us keep coming back? What makes us pay for that subscription? And we have to stop just looking back at what's going on and what used to be there, because pulling up graphs of the sub numbers that were there in Wrath of the Lich King and BC doesn't help anyone, because there are a whole mess of things that came together, a whole mess of dynamics that came together in those times, in those periods, to bring the player base that high. And those can include the mechanics that the bosses had, the way raids worked, the way guilds worked at the time, the way the leveling experience worked, the way capital cities sort of funnel players into different areas, the way the quest lines worked that way from at max level, and even down to what other games were available at that time. So I think we really need to focus on finding ways that really improve our gameplay enjoyment of the game, our individual styles of play, our enjoyment of the dynamics that make this game what we want it to be. But we need to be conscious of the fact that many newer generations who do things differently are going to be playing the game. Things will never be as you wanted them to be before, but we have the opportunity to try and make them better. We just have to do a bit of thinking, a bit of analysis on how we play these games, and we need to push the game forward into the future, into the great unknown, in order to help the MMO genre as well as the game we love and play, for every game, not just WoW. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been my opinion on the tense situation, the drama that's been going down. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of video, and please let me know in the comments what you think about this, about the question I've posed forth, about the theory that I put forward on this whole thing, and what we should be looking out for. Maybe I'm being an idiot. Maybe in terms of the game, the WoW game specifically, there is something more to be had by looking backwards.